If you've had teenagers in your house for any length of time, even if they're not all yours, it's a common problem to realize that they're going to fight. When you ask them the question, what are you fighting about? They can't tell you what it is they're fighting about. They don't know why they're angry or why they're yelling at each other. And yet it's just this constant rah, 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 and we don't get it. Why do we fight? What causes people to fight? What causes rah, 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 rah? The answer is really, really simple. And it's two words. I want. Because see, what I want is the most important thing in the world to me. And what I want is often in conflict with what you want. And sometimes what I want doesn't make any sense to anybody else in the world except I. And sometimes what I want, I don't really even need. In fact, I don't really even want it at the core level of wanting things. I crave it, like right now. I mean, right now I really, really, really want it. And sometimes my I want is driven not by the fact that I really want, but it's driven by the fact that you have it, and I wish I had it. You following me so far? Because I think if you think about it that simplistically, you'll realize that the I want has been going on since you were old enough to grab things. I mean, toddlers have the same problem. Before they're old enough to say no and mine, they snatch toys away from each other. They didn't really want to play with it. They just didn't want anybody else to play with it. In high school, guys and girls tend to do the same thing. They snatch away or destroy or corrupt someone else's relationship. I didn't really want her. I didn't really want him. I just didn't want to see you happy. And it goes on. Companies buy other little companies, not because they want to run the company, they just don't want the competition. Because I wanted it, I'm going to take it from you. I mean, have you ever seen somebody steal something or pickpocket something and then they get a few blocks down the road and you find it again? It's the same thing they just stole. They didn't even know if they wanted it or not. When they took it, they just took it. It happened to me. They broke into my car. They stole an entire binder of DVDs out of my car. Now, why did they break into my car in the first place? Because it said DJ on the side of it. And they thought, well, if he's a DJ, he must have a whole lot of music. So they broke into it and they stole this giant binder. You know what they got away with? They actually took 4 binders. 4 different binders they took out of my car. 2 of them I found in the parking lot later. One of them we never found again. And the one we never found again was full of DVDs of kids' movies. That's it. All that breaking into my car, tearing up the locks of my truck, the whole 9 yards, to get a binder full of kids' DVD movies. My kids were very upset that they were gone. But I found all the other stuff in the same parking lot of the same hotel. It was really sad for them. There was about $8,000 worth of camera gear sitting in the back of the same truck, in the trunk, under a tarp. They stole a couple of $100 worth of CDs and left them behind because they were 80s music. They wanted what I had because they didn't have it until they realized what I had was not what they wanted. Why do we have wars all over the globe, fights among family members, brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles? Why do we have marital strife? Why do we have road rage? Because we want something that we currently don't have. There's an ancient letter by a guy named James. He hung out with this really cool prophet dude named Jesus. In fact, they were brothers, well, half-brothers. And James said, the reason that you have wars among you is because there's something you're craving that you don't even really want. You don't even really need it. You just crave it right this minute and you'll fight for it. If you have tension in your marriage, tension in your company, tension in your neighborhood, your organization, I want you to take a moment today and look in the mirror and ask yourself, why do I want that so bad? And what if I don't really want it at all. If I let the moment pass that I want to take it in right now, will the stress and strife and anger level go down and the rah, 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 will that come to an end? Could I make peace by giving up what I think I want? I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast on Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.